Hello, world and universe. Welcome to the Trevor Donald Experience. Manifest your truth. And if you're new to the channel, please hit that like and subscribe button. And for all my continued followers, I want to say thank you. And this is an opinion-based video channel where I try to open your eyes and ears up to some of the travails and tribulations that take place throughout our cities, our states, our country, and sometimes around the world. And man, I got one for you straight out of California. And this is wrapped around one of our greatest R&B singers of all times. Singer, songwriter, and just when we thought the Bill Cosby, the R. Kelly saga had ended, we get this Puffy scenario that's going on right now and all these similarities. Now, the legal system has gone after Smokey Robinson, 85 years old, who's been popular since the 1950s with Motown. And a lot of people don't know, not only was Smokey Robinson the lead singer for Smokey Robinson and the Miracles, he was a major contributor for songwriting for Motown. He was the lead songwriter for Motown for many years, and then he became the vice president of Motown. So you're talking about a man who's been making money since the 50s, over 60 years, on the publishing side, songwriting credits, receiving 2 and 3 checks, royalties. The best thing to do as a singer is to be a writer. The first 2 people that get paid off of a record is the music producer and the songwriter. Then it's the artist. The artist is at the bottom of the food chain to receive a check for a song if they only sang the song. So Smokey Robinson has played a major and pivotal position in R&B music, black music, since the 50s. And in referencing that, he's been a heartthrob since the Beatles' time. Elvis, Presley. This man has had no problem having women like him. And of course, he looks different than most of our black counterparts. Green eyes, very, very light skin, curly hair. All of those montages that we presume from a stereotype that women would be superiorly attracted to. So why would an 85-year-old man, Smokey Robinson, decide to essay at least 4 Hispanic maids that worked for him? This is the latest allegation that has come out, and it just makes you scratch your head and wonder what in the world is going on. This has to be the hardest time in America's history to be an entertainer. Smokey Robinson is being sued by 4 Hispanic maids for $50 million for alleged essay attacks. So let's get into the story. I've been listening to it for a few days, and this is a head scratcher. This takes you, 85 years old. I don't even think the man can stand up to pee, let alone committing all of these Essex acts. Also, he's had women loving him since the 50s, 60 years. It would make you wonder that he should be tired and fed up with multiple female relationships. He's also married. And these alleged assaults supposedly took place with his wife in the house, and times when she was gone. She's apparently was not aware of these allegations taking place, but they talked about there being a blue room, that Smokey Robinson lives in a 10,000 square foot home. So that's a very large private domain. And he had a blue room that these alleged attacks took place, where he was telling these maids to either bend over or lay down on their stomach, and then he commits these heinous acts. Remember now, 85 and has been an entertainer for 60 years. Women have been the least of his problem in garnering attention. Is this just another form of character assassination? Oh, remember, there were other allegations that he even participated in this in his garage. It makes you just wonder what in the devil is going on, and not what in the world in God's great world is going on, but what in the world in the devil's world. We know Hollywood is Hollyweird. We know there are all kinds of hubris and crazy things that are taking place in Los Angeles, and this entertainment demonic industry that we have created. And it also makes you wonder, what is this attack on all these black entertainers? You have heard some allegations from white entertainers, whether it was Garth Brooks, some of the rock and roll band singers and leaders, but they get swept under the rug awfully quick. There's a huge allegation and an arrest made on the Abercrombie and Fitch CEO of alleged sex trafficking of young male models. He's supposed to be 85, 90 years old. Comes straight from the Wexler Association. That Wexler is the CEO, the owner of Victoria's Secret. At one time, Abercrombie and Fitch. And of course, there's some connections with Wexler, who lives in Ohio, who's the CEO, like I said, of Victoria's Secret and several other companies. And there were ties to Jeffrey Epstein. And that situation has been swept under the rug. But Puffy's situation, and if you read the document on the Abercrombie and Fitch CEO, it is parallel to the Puffy saga. But that is not getting much media attention. But Puffy's is on everybody's radar and social media, and now the pretrial hearing has started, and it makes you wonder, is there race play involved in this? And in America, race is always at the center core of many of these issues, especially when it comes to legal woes. Do you believe that Smokey Robinson assaulted at least 4 of his Hispanic maids? Then it makes you wonder, did these 4 young ladies work for the same company? Or did they decide to come together and corroborate this storyline? It's always hard for one victim to come out, but what you'll see, whether it was the Bill Cosby scenario or this Puffy scenario, it'll start off with one victim, and then there's a whole line of others right behind it. Well, in this situation, you got Smokey Robinson's ordeal where 4 have immediately come out. Does that give it more meat and potatoes to the storyline? Did these young ladies get together beforehand to come up with this story to go after Smokey for $50 million? And if these assaults have been taking place, how come none of them ever went to the police? And what everybody always says is that they were fearful of their job security, that these entertainers are powerful people and can do harm to them. I don't see Smokey Robinson as somebody who would actually put some kind of hit or try to harm his staff that works for him in his house. He's 85. He doesn't seem like an individual that's going out here to try to commit any kind of serious crimes, let alone SX assaults and or some kind of retaliatory, some kind of physical retaliatory ambition had these 4 maids gone to the police. And if Smokey had those intentions, if they had gone to the police, once the police are involved, Smokey would be on their radar. And if anything had ever happened to any of these 4 maids, they would knock on Smokey Robinson's door first. So it makes you wonder, why didn't these young ladies, or why many times these young ladies are not going to the police to file a criminal complaint first? They go right to the civil side of it. that there is less, you don't have to have as much proof on the preponderance of evidence. It gets scaled down and you can still be convicted. And it makes you wonder, how come you never see any black lawyers representing these individuals in these cases and going after these black entertainers? Gloria Allred, who is in California and has made a living off of feminism, liberating women under harmful circumstances. And of course, it makes you wonder. She settles many of her cases out of court. Once you bring the light and the spectrum to it, and today's time is all about character assassination, and Gloria Allred is probably at the top of the heat for that. Is this a form of extortion? Hey, these lawyers will tell you, they're going to send you a letter. This is what we have on you. This is the information. If you don't want it to get out, let's pay to play. So it'll be curious to see who is representing these four maids. As I say, Gloria Allred has made a living off of this. Are there crimes that are being committed against the less fortunate, against women, powerful men abusing less fortunate or subservient or subordinate individuals? Yes, it happens all the time. But this Smokey Robinson situation seems to me to be a bit of a stretch. This seems like extortion at its finest. I don't see where he could even physically deal with, he has a wife. Where would he be able to mentally and physically deal with four other women? And definitely in a scenario at 85 years old where he can barely walk. I saw him do a show. He's just put an album out and was promoting his tour. And Smokey Robinson couldn't hardly move. He was never a great dancer with the Miracles. He was never a rhythm guy. And it just makes me wonder, even how could he do this physically? So it's going to be interesting to see what this storyline with these four maids are. Did they know each other? Did they come from the same company to corroborate this evidence? And this is a very unfortunate scenario for Smokey Robinson. This has the tetherings of the Bill Cosby scenario to a certain degree. And I hope these allegations are not true. Smokey Robinson, this could be another huge black R&B entertainer to go down based on these alleged assaults. Tell me what you think. This has been a Trevor Donald Experience. Manifest your truth.